Pahalgam terror attack is part of Pakistan's plan to revive the dead two-nation theory and bring communal frenzy to its peak in India, Sufi Kausar Majidi. Some tourists are enjoying themselves in a beautiful valley. They were roaming around in their own country with their families after saving some time from their lives for many years. Some had come to celebrate their new marriage, some had come to get rid of the fatigue of their working life. They were trying to make the moments of their life memorable with their families and children. Some newly married couples had gone to start their newly married life. They were dreaming about their future life while holding each other's hands. They were taking vows to stay with each other. Then suddenly, some people came, they were all gathered together, then the round of questions started. Your name? Aman Kumar. Fictitious name. Tad tad. Sound of bullet was heard and the young man fell down. A question was asked to the next man. Your name? The answer was Abdul. Fictitious name. The question was recite the kalma. The answer was I don't know. Then a bullet was fired and he died. In this way 25 people were killed on the basis of religion by asking their names. A girl whose marriage had been about 1.5 months, her husband had died. The crying girl said kill me too. The answer came go and tell your government. All these incidents took place in a beautiful valley of Pahalgam in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, where one can go by horse or mule or by a trolley running on wires. At that place on the 22nd of April, between 1:30 and 2 in the afternoon, 25 people were mercilessly murdered on the basis of their being Hindus. A local person who used to earn his livelihood by serving the tourists, that local Muslim was shot while saving the lives of the tourists and he too was killed. This was a horrific incident of a few moments which has put a blot on the face of history. The scene behind this is even more dangerous, and that is the bloody evil intention of Pakistani politics. After this incident, the rulers of Pakistan are continuously denying their involvement in it, but the truth does not change because someone denies. The facts have come to light, and if we weave them into the history, the picture will become very clear. The recent events in Bangladesh will also have to be included in these things. Without including them, the conspiracy cannot be exposed. Along with this, we will also have to keep in mind the two-nation theory, which was created by Iqbal and promoted by Jinnah and buried by him. Whatever happened in Bangladesh was a part of the toolkit of the dead two-nation theory, through which the secular thinking of the fast-developing Bangladesh was killed through Hindu-Muslim riots. The elected head of the government Sheikh Hasina was deposed through a military coup and the Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir carried out a coup by the fundamentalist forces. And now this thing has become absolutely clear. Those readers who follow me regularly will definitely remember an article written by me in the early days of the Bangladesh crisis in which I had pointed out the Pakistan angle in the events of Bangladesh, and expressed the apprehension that the overthrow of Sheikh Hasina's government was not a part of Ghazwa-e-Hind. On this article written by me on the 17th of August, Sufi News Channel also ran a story on the 17th of September 22. Before the Pahalgam terror attack, on the 16th of April, Pakistani Army Chief Asim Munir had given a speech at a conference among Pakistani immigrants. After the fatwa of the necessity of jihad against Israel, Asim Munir's speech had little mention of Israel and the entire focus was on Jinnah's dead two-nation theory and Kashmir. The situation that arose after the attack in Pahalgam after Asim Munir's statement makes two things clear. Firstly, Pakistan has got relief from the pressure of the big religious extremist groups to a great extent, and secondly, the deteriorating political equation of Pakistan at present has given it an opportunity to follow in the footsteps of General Ayub, Zia-ul Haq and Parvez Musharraf, i.e. to fulfill its desire of becoming a military dictator. Well, whether he becomes Musharraf or Hitler, what does it matter to us? We need to focus on those things which affect the interests of our country. For example, the way an attempt was made to create Hindu-Muslim conflict in the Pahalgam case, which exactly matches the agenda of Asim Munir's speech on the two-nation theory, makes it clear that Pakistan is behind all this, because Pakistan-sponsored terrorism benefits the most from communal frenzy in India, and it becomes easy for it to prove that the two-nation theory promoted by its father Jinnah is strong. It is a different matter that, like every time, this time also India has deflated this theory. There is no doubt that the two-nation theory is completely based on anti-Hinduism, so the question arises that what benefit will Pakistan get from this, although it is already a so-called Islamic country, and the population of Hindus in that country is less than 1%, and even those who are there do not have enough strength to bring any kind of change in Pakistan in any way. So what benefit will Pakistan get from this? Yes, Pakistan has an advantage in this, which it took from Bangladesh through this theory, and by overthrowing Sheikh Hasina there, it made India's eastern borders insecure. It will get another advantage from this by increasing separatism in Kashmir and, as a reaction to this action, by creating instability in the rest of India through communal frenzy, and it will get a chance to defame India all over the world. Whatever it is, the satisfactory thing is that the way Muslims have openly exposed Pakistan's plan on the recent events is worth mentioning. Religious leaders of every class and sect of Muslims, except that group of Barelvis who are supporters of Pakistan's Barelvi sect terrorist mullahs Ilyas Jalali Khadim, Ovais Dawat-e-Islami, have not only condemned the incident but have also demanded strict action against Pakistan and have also made a request. At such a time, Muslims need to be even more cautious, that is, give a legal response to the anarchy done for political gains, and expose the agents of Pakistan's Barelvi sect terrorist mullahs hiding in the ranks of Muslims. Apart from this, important politicians involved in the government should also change their political agenda and not promote communal frenzy for political gains, and strengthen the campaign of Hindu-Muslim brotherhood. To create trust among common Muslims, criminal incidents happening in the name of religion and baseless statements should be stopped, because the benefit and development of the country lies in taking everyone along. The story based an article of Sufi Muhammad Kausar Hassan Majidi, Advocate, National President, Sufi Khanqa Association.